Hey guys, sorry about that. A few little internet connection difficulties this morning. So sorry for keeping you waiting. But I just wanted to start the practice by kind of reiterating, if you didn't see what the description of the class was today, about slowing down. And so much of our days, we start off rushing, we start off checking our social media or checking our emails right away instead of easing into our day. And that really can set the tone for our entire day. We just start off rushed and we continue that feeling throughout the day. So I thought in the middle of the week, it might be a good idea to slow down our energy a little bit and kind of flow with the day instead of pushing the day as we tend to do. So we'll go ahead and we'll start seated. And you'll come into Sukhasana, which is called easy pose, and you'll just rock the sit bones from side to side. And you can have the legs crossed. So we're all starting together. Let's have the left shin in front. And just rock the sit bones from side to side. And then I want you to close the eyes and get nice and tall through the spine. And see if you can align the ears and the shoulders over the hips. Feel the thighs starting to soften. And you don't need to do anything fancy with the breath yet, but start to feel the muscles in the face softening as well. So any tension between the eyes, relaxing. Notice if you are squinting your eyes or you're clenching the jaw here. Bring softness throughout the throat, soften the collarbone from the chin. And at the same time, I want you to feel this intention of lifting up through the center of the chest, through the heart. As you start to quiet the mind, quiet the body, you can tune into the breath here. And then all together here, to begin our practice, let's take our 3 breaths. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll take 3 breaths in through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. So all together here, slowly inhale. Feel the entire body starting to expand and ground as you inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to feel all of that old air leaving the body, feeling a little bit lighter, and then everything hugging into center. And then again, inhale. Make sure it's nice and slow so you can fill the entire body with fresh oxygen. And then just as slow, exhaling all of that air out of the mouth. One last time together. Slowly inhale. And then slowly sigh all of that old air out of the mouth. I want you to keep the eyes closed and now seal the lips and bring the hands together in front of the heart. So there's always something that we are constantly moving towards. And sometimes we start moving in circles instead of in the direction that we want to go. So what is something that you can notice and maybe either push into or let go of? Do you need to push in the direction towards your goals that you've set? Or is there something that you need to let go of that is preventing you from moving in a forward direction? Let's just take some time here to slow down, find your intention, and then we'll seal the lips. Keep the lips sealed, take a big deep breath in. And now exhaling out of the nose. Blink the eyes open. Put a little smile on your face and feel those cheekbones lift up through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms are going to touch, look up. And as you exhale, I want you to bring the navel to the spine and hinge forward. Come all the way down. Walk the hands forward, but keep the sit bones grounded to the floor. And then tuck the chin slightly and reach the sternum towards the hands. Soften here. It doesn't matter how far you can fold. You really just want to feel the stretch in the back side of the body, maybe in towards the hips and the low back. And as you start to open up through the low back, you can walk the hands further forward, but then I just want you to soften here. Take a full breath. And then use an inhale, bring space into the body. And we're going to walk towards the right knee. I'm not mirroring you here, so just keep that in mind. Walk towards the right knee. And you're going to walk as far to the right as so that the left sit bone can stay grounded. So if that left sit bone starts to come up from the floor, then walk the hands back towards center just a little bit. But if you can, keep walking as far over to the right knee as possible. Press the floor away. And you should feel a nice little stretch along the left side of the back of the torso. And just take another full breath here. Stay nice and low. We'll inhale, slowly walk back to center. And then use the exhale to slowly walk over towards the left knee. Make sure that the right sit bone isn't lifting from the floor. Press the floor away. Bring the navel to the spine and feel that slight little twist in the right side of the torso now. Take a breath here. And then let's use the inhale. Walk back to center. Walk the fingertips forward. I just want you to tent the fingers, kind of press the elbows out, tuck the chin, and reach the crown of the head forward. Take a big breath here. And then tuck the chin, walk the hands back, stack the spine, take a full deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to switch the crossing of the legs, rock the sit bones back from side to side. On your inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms touch. As you exhale, you're going to twist towards the left knee. Right hand's going to come on top of the left thigh. Use the left hand behind you to lift the spine. Inhale to grow tall. And then as you exhale, pull the navel to the spine. Use the leverage of the hand on the thigh to twist towards the back shoulder. Take a full breath here. And then I want you to use this right hand, come all the way over to the right hand side. Left arm's going to go over the left ear, come into a side stretch. You should feel the left side of the ribs expanding. And then just press into this palm so you get a little bit of leverage. Soften the left shoulder down the back. Take another full breath. And then just press up through that right palm. Bring the left hand now to the top of the right thigh. Inhale to grow tall. Bring space into the spine. As you exhale, twist now to the right side. Navel comes towards the spine. Gaze towards the back shoulder. Keep lifting up through the sternum. And then soften that left shoulder from the ear. Full breath here. And you're going to swing this left arm over onto the left side. Walk the fingertips out. Right arm comes right alongside the right ear. Press into the left palm as you lean to the left so you get a little bit of leverage. And then feel the stretch along the right side of the torso. Fingertips point over the head, over that right ear. Soften the shoulder. Take a full breath here. And then inhale, come back to center, bring both hands up, extend the fingertips up, look up, put the palms together, use the exhale to bring the hands down to the heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Extend the legs out in front of you. Ground the sit bones so you can really ground into the floor or whatever seat you're on. Keep this left leg where it is, and you're going to step the right foot in. So if the hips are a little bit tight, then you're going to keep that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. If you feel okay and the hips are a little bit open and you have the space there, then cross the right leg over the left thigh. Keep the left leg firm. And then the other thing, or the other option I should say that you can do is if this isn't feeling good, I like actually bending the left knee. You can use leverage with this left shin to help keep you straight. So whatever feels good for you, there are a couple of options. And then we're going to inhale to grow up nice and tall through the spine. Keep the chin tucked so you're not leading with the chin. So kind of feel like there's somebody pulling a string on the top of your head. And then I want you to bring the left elbow behind you. You can bring the right hand on top of the left elbow. Press the back of the head into the forearm. Choose to stay here. If you have that flexibility and openness in the shoulder, walk the right fingertips up the back. Maybe you grasp for the left fingertips, or maybe you just reach in that direction. And then reground the sit bones, lift up through the heart, close the eyes here, and then take a breath. See if you can settle the body. Take one more breath. And then first, let's unwind the arms. Bring them up just so you can open up through that elbow, and then bring the hands behind you. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together for bound angle. Grab onto the centers of the feet, lift up through the heart, press the elbows into the center of the thighs, and then tuck the chin. Bring the sternum or the collarbone here towards the toes. So you'll have a flat back here. You might not hinge too far, but you should be able to feel this in the inner thighs. And then if you have that flexibility or openness in the inner thighs, press the elbows into the thighs. And that's going to help give you some more space into the groin. Take a full breath here. And then we'll inhale to come up, extend the legs back out in front of you. Keep the right leg firm, left leg steps in. So remember, on the other side, if the hips are a little bit tight, you're going to keep that left leg to the inside of the right thigh. If you want, you can cross it over. Make sure you ground into the foot. And then the other option is to keep the right leg extended. Or if you want a little bit more support, you can bend the right knee. And I like to press into the outer shin. And then we'll bring the right arm behind us now. Use the left hand on top of the right elbow just to encourage that tricep down to open up there. And then choose to stay here, or maybe now you swing the left fingertips and reach for the right fingertips. Inhale to grow nice and tall. Tuck the chin and feel the back of the head pressing into the right forearm. Close the eyes here. Take a full cycle of breath. And then take one more full breath here. Where can you soften into the pose? Where can you relax? Blink the eyes open, arms extend up, just so we can stretch the arms out. Hands come behind us. Bring the soles of the feet together. Inhale to grow nice and tall, and then you're going to hover, press the elbows into the inner thighs. Reach the heart closer to the toes. Take a full breath. Really nice, everyone. Bring the knees together. You're going to cross over, and we're coming right into downward facing dog. So once you come into downward facing dog, I want you to ground the palms nice and firmly into the floor. So typically the middle finger is what points forward. For me, because of typing and injuries to my wrists over time, it helps if you point the pointer finger, to the top of the mat. And that way you're a little bit out of the wrist. And then feel the floor pressing down and forward. That's going to bring your heart a little bit closer to the front of the thighs. And if you tuck the chin, grow long through the back of the neck, you should have this nice long line of energy from the crown of the head up to the sit bones. Feel the sit bones reaching high to the ceiling, the hamstrings pressing back for that back wall. And then again, if you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings and the hips today, you can walk the toes forward a little bit, put a slight bend in the knees, and then feel those sit bones pressing even higher towards the ceiling. Over the practice, you'll notice you can start to straighten the legs and press the hamstrings back, and your sit bones will stay lifted. So take a full breath here. You can pedal it out if that feels good. You can roll out the ankles. Take maybe 1 or 2 more breaths and then come into stillness. When you come into stillness, ground the palms into the floor. Rotate the weight in between that pointer finger and thumb. It's like you're trying to wrap the outer triceps in towards your ears. Take a full breath here. And then I want you to inhale, right leg is going to come up, look forward, plant the foot between the palms, come up onto the fingertips to give your chest a little bit of space here. You're going to spiral the left foot down. Make sure that the front heel intersects with that back foot somewhere, and then sink into that front knee. You're going to windmill the left arm up, coming into warrior two. Sink into that front knee. And if you notice that the knee is going really far past the ankle, just walk that right foot forward or heel toe the back foot towards the back. Sink into the knee, scoop the right glute underneath the sit bone, and then that knee should point towards the second or the third toe. Extend the fingertips out from one another. Take a big, deep breath in, grow long through the arms, and a full breath out. Flip the right palm, inhale to reverse your warrior. Keep sinking into that knee, gaze into the palm, full breath in, and a full breath out. You're going to inhale the right forearm to the thigh, extend the left arm past the left ear for side angle. Rotate the left pinky down to the floor. And I want you to really feel the outer left foot glued to the floor. So like almost you're trying to press into that outer short side of the foot. And then feel that line of energy from the fingertips all the way down out of that left ankle. Keep sinking into that right knee. Take a full breath here. And then inhale, come back into warrior two, fingertips extend. Bring the hands to the hips, straighten through the right leg, and you're going to point the toes out or point the toes forward. Now bring the heels in. Inhale to grow nice and tall through the spine, and I want you to come down into a squat pose. You can bring the hands here to the thighs for a little bit of leverage. If you want a little bit more, then maybe you open the arms out to cactus. Take a full breath here, soften the shoulders, find that smile once again. And then you're going to bring the hands to the hips. Inhale to straighten. We're going to rotate to the back now. So rotate the right toes in and the left toes forward, and then sink into that front knee. Open the hips up slightly here. You're going to scoop the left glute underneath the hip. That way the left knee points towards that second or third toe. And then when you're ready, open the arms out to your T. Look down. Make sure that the front heel, the left heel, intersects with this back foot somewhere. As you extend the fingertips away from one another, sink down into the knee. Take another full cycle of breath. And then you're going to flip the palm. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Gaze into that left palm. Right hand comes down the back of the right thigh. Soften through the left shoulder. Take a full deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the left forearm down to the thigh. Extend the right fingertips now past the right ear. Rotate the left ribs forward. Find your side angle on the opposite side. Keep the back leg nice and firm. Soften through the right shoulder. Take another full breath here. Inhale, find warrior two. Once again, fingertips extend away from one another. Hands come to the hips, straighten through the front leg, rotate the left toes forward. Heels come in once again. Inhale to grow nice and tall, and then exhale to find your squat, your goddess pose. So as you do that, feel the knees opening up towards the pinky side toe. Drop the sit bones down a little bit lower, and then lift up through the heart. Take a full breath in any pose or position that you want here. And then bring the hands back to the hips, straighten through the legs. And we're just going to step to the front here. So wherever you're practicing, whether you're on a mat or just facing the computer, find your mountain pose, ground the feet into the floor. Palms are going to spin forward and point the fingertips down. Lift up through the heart and lift up through the back of the neck. Take a full breath here in your mountain pose. And then with the eyes closed, inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch overhead. As you exhale, keep the feet grounding into the floor, hinge forward, find your forward fold. Keep the eyes closed if possible. Inhale with a flat back, roll the weight into the toes. You can bring the hands to the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. Blink the eyes open, plant the palms, step into plank pose, and then find your downward facing dog. Press into the palms, lift the sit bones, spiral the arms in towards the ears, and take a full cycle of breath here. Inhale, the right leg lifts, look forward, plant the foot between the palms, come up onto your fingertips, find your warrior two, spiral the left foot down, windmill up, extend the fingertips away from one another. So since we've already been here, should feel a little bit familiar. As you soften the shoulders down the back, extend the fingertips away from one another. We're going to inhale to straighten this right leg, bring the left hand down the back thigh. Inhale to sweep the right hand up. It's kind of a reverse triangle. Open up through the front side of the body. And then as you inhale, come back into warrior two with a straight front leg, hinge forward, and then use your exhale to bring the left hand gently down to your right shin or down to the floor. It can be inside or outside of that foot. Keep pressing into the ball of the right foot. Don't hyperextend the knee if you tend to put a slight bend there. And then you're going to rotate the right ribs, the bottom ribs up towards the ceiling. Take a full cycle of breath to settle. Look down to the floor, put a bend in that knee, come back into warrior two. Hands come to the hips, rotate the feet in, the heels in, toes out, and then inhale to grow tall, exhale, find your goddess pose. Drop the sit bones. This time, bring the hands down to the thighs. Inhale to grow tall through the spine. As you exhale, you'll dip the right shoulder towards that left knee. Inhale to come back up to center. Exhale, left shoulder towards the right knee. Inhale, come back up to center. Hands to the hips. Straighten through the legs. Rotate the left toes now to the back, and those right toes angle them in as well. Have that 45-degree angle. Seal the outer edge of the right foot to the floor, and then find your warrior two to the back of the mat. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Pull the shoulder blades in together. Scoop the left sit bone underneath the glute, or underneath that hip. And as you extend the fingertips away from one another, keep the core engaged. Take a full breath here. Straighten through the left leg. Keep pressing into the ball of the left foot. Right hand comes down. Inhale to sweep the left arm up for that reverse triangle on the opposite side. You'll want to keep pressing into the balls of feet, and then soften the left collarbone away from the chin. Take a full breath. Keep the legs exactly how they are. Bring the arms back into warrior two. Hinge forward on your inhale. And then exhale, left hand comes gently down to the left shin or to the floor in front or behind that foot. Rotate the left ribs up. Use the right fingertips to grow tall through the arms and soften through the shoulders. Soften through that left knee. Take another full breath here once you find the place to settle. Look down, bend back into that knee. Find your warrior two. Hands come to the hips, straighten through the leg, rotate the toes forward. Heels come in, last goddess pose. Inhale to grow tall through the spine. And then exhale, find your squat. Knees point out towards the toes. Bring the hands back to the thighs. Soften the shoulders and use the palms here on the thighs for leverage. Inhale to grow tall. As you exhale, left shoulder dips towards the right knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder dips towards the left. Inhale, come back to center, hands to the hips. Inhale to straighten through the legs. Look towards the right, step forward, find your mountain pose. Release the hands to the sides of the body. Rotate the inner thighs towards one another. And then lift up through the heart. Take a full breath here. Hands come to the hips. I want you to widen the feet as wide as your mat. Have the toes pointed out. Inhale to grow nice and tall. And then as you exhale, come into a low squat here. Press the elbows into the inner thighs and then drop the sit bones. If you tend to be up on the heels, you can roll the mat underneath. And then we want to lift the heart up towards the chin. Feel the elbows pressing into the thighs to open the thighs even more. Take a full breath. And then very gently, you're going to bring your sit bones down to the floor. So you can bring the hands behind you and kind of walk down. Once you get there, keep walking all the way down so your spine is down onto the floor. Bring the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. And then I just want you to bring the forehead and the shoulders up off the floor. Forehead comes towards the knees. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Take a big, deep breath in. And relax everything down. And you'll keep the left foot on the floor. Keep the left foot on the floor, excuse me. Flex the right foot and bring the right ankle to that left knee. Lift the left foot off the floor and you'll circle the hands around the left hamstring, coming into that figure four shape. Keep both feet flexed. And then you're going to try and pull the left thigh closer to the chin, keeping the arms straight as you press the right knee forward. Take a full breath here. And then release the thigh, cross the right leg all the way over the left. Open the arms out to a T, and then you'll exhale the knees down to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Take a breath here. And then inhale to come back to center with the knees. Uncross the legs. Right foot comes down to the floor. Flex the left foot. Place the left ankle on top of the right knee. Inhale the hands around the right thigh and keep a flex in both feet. Now as you press that right thigh away, or you try to pull it closer to the chin, feel the left knee pressing away. Take a full cycle of breath here. Release the right thigh, cross the left leg all the way over. Inhale the arms out to a T. Exhale to let the knees fall over to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Take a full breath here. And then we'll inhale. Everything comes back to center. Gaze in the knees. Wrap the arms around the shins. And then I want you to exhale. We're going to just take 3 breaths here. So find a comfortable position. You can bring the soles of the feet together. You can extend the legs out for Shavasana. But we'll just take our 3 to 5 breaths here, letting the practice assimilate and melt into the body here. Close the eyes. Silently to yourself, take a few breaths. So you can choose to stay here, completing your practice and taking a longer Shavasana. Or if you want, you can start to bring the knees into the chest. Rock up to seated. Keep the eyes closed if possible. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart. Remember your intention that you created. Is there something that you can let go of to help you achieve your goals? Or is there something that you need to move more towards? As we take this time to slow down, maybe you actually are starting to feel into your day. Take a big, deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh everything out. And then when you're ready, blink the eyes open. Namaste. Well, thanks so much for practicing with me today. I don't know if there was a few little internet connection issues. I don't know if you guys experienced those, so my apologies. But I hope you were able to stay in your practice and to actually slow down and feel the breath within the body. Sometimes we rush so much throughout the day that we aren't even feeling what's happening throughout the day. So maybe take this as a reset today for the rest of your week. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. Hope to see you guys on Friday. I'll be practicing from a different location, but I'll still be joining you at 9 a.m. Have a really great day and a great rest of your week. See you on Friday at 9.